Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make this secret waterfall cave house. It's not incredibly secret considering the fact that there is a staircase that leads you up to it and the waterfall isn't very big, but still secret all the same. So the idea is this: we have a waterfall which conceals the entrance. The way that you get up to the entrance is with this rickety platform that we have made out of oak wood slabs and made out of fence, and we have a door here which is cleverly concealed behind the waterfall. We can crack open this door and we have a small hallway here which has some texture and a flower in it, and this is the main part of the secret hidden cave house. We have all of the things that we would need to make all of the things that we would need, and we even have a little bedroom here built into the wall, and we have even more storage, and even the ceiling looks kind of cool. And if we look to the right, we have a hidden room. Well, kind of hidden. I mean, you could hide it, you could use redstone and stuff, but we have a little tucked away room with even more storage capabilities, and if you wanted to, you could keep making rooms and rooms and rooms. And if we go out this left side here, the idea here, unfortunately I can't really display it for you in this world, is this would be an ulterior entrance to the cave house. Like, imagine there was actually more stuff here, like if there was more terrain, this would lead you out of the cave house. However, since I have built this in my creative world, we don't really have any more terrain to build it on, and I really did want to display what this thing looks like, take away all of the rest of the mess. But here we go, guys. It's a really beautiful house. I love this thing to death. If you enjoy stuff like this, please do drop the video a like, smack that like button, and legend has it, if you do smack that like button, I'm just saying, you might open a portal into Narnia in your wardrobe. Now, I can't 100% confirm that, but check your wardrobe after liking this video. You might be fairly surprised what you find in there. But in all seriousness, guys, I did just spend a lot of time on this, and I'd just appreciate it if you guys could give it a like. It helps me out, it helps the channel. It'd be a really nice Christmas present if you could smack that like. Also, subscribe to the channel if you want to make more things by me. If you want to check out my content, subscribe. Say hello if you do subscribe. I'd love to say hello back. And also do click the little bell next to the subscription button, and that will ensure that you get all of my videos sent directly to your subscription box, because that doesn't always happen. And that's pretty much everything, guys. Why don't I actually show you how to make this really simple, really creative, really awesome looking cave house? So, if you want to make it, here's what you'll need. Grab yourself some spruce wood, some dark oak fence, some redstone lamps, some oak wood stairs, some oak wood slabs, some spruce wood stairs, some spruce wood slabs, some stone brick stairs, and some cobblestone slabs. Plus, we need all of the other materials that you can see in the inventory, and we'll probably even need more later on. But, for now, this is what we're going to be using. And here's the thing. Once you've got everything you need, you've got to figure out where you want to make this thing. This thing is obviously only really suitable if you make it in a place like this. Like, if you find a nice big wall to embed the cave in, then you are going to have the best results. The terrain doesn't have to be perfect because we can mess about with it, but you do need to build it in front of, like, just like a big hill or something like that. Something like this. Anywhere around here is actually perfect. I'm going to be building it here, however. The first thing we're going to figure out here is we are going to do the entrance. So, to kick off the entrance, we're going to place a spruce wood, a dark oak wood fence on top of that spruce wood, then 2 spruce wood on top of that. We're then going to go right of the first spruce wood in the row of 2, and we're going to place a redstone lamp. Then we're going to place a spruce wood right of the lamp, 1 on top of it. We want to place a dark oak fence underneath that spruce wood, knock out any terrain that you might have to, place a spruce wood underneath the fence, and you'll be left with something that should look like this. And that is perfectly fine. Now what you want to do is you want to take this second spruce wood, each one of them, and you want to do an upside down spruce wood stairs in front of each one, then place a spruce wood slab in front of that. We then want to place a stone brick stairs left and right of the spruce woods that are connected to the lamp. We also want to extend the stone brick stairs in front of each other, each by 1 row, like this. And we also want to place upside down oak wood stairs beside each one of these stone brick stairs, like that. We also want to connect them together with an oak wood slab, like this. Now, we want to, behind the 2 spruce woods that we placed the spruce wood stairs in front of and everything, we want to place an additional spruce wood behind them. We then want to place, and I do want to make sure that I get this correctly. Okay, so we want to place oak wood slabs on top of each one of the spruce. We want to place a block behind the spruce wood. That could very well... what block should we use? We should use like an upside down spruce wood stairs or something behind each one of the spruce wood. We then want to place a dark oak wood fence on top of the spruce wood. We then, at the back, want to place regular spruce wood stairs facing this way towards the back. We then want to place on top of the spruce wood stairs here at the front, we want to also place dark oak fence. And on top of those, we want to place spruce wood stairs facing towards the front of the build. We want to connect the front and back of this house together with 2 oak wood slabs, like in between each one of the 2 stairs, like that, right? And we also want to clog the gap here up at the back with like an oak wood slab or something. This is where the water's going to be running from. So we want to have something which should look like that. You might also want to like fill in any gaps that you have behind the redstone lamp as well. Or alternatively, something else that we can use. You can use like a lever to light that up, and that should stop any water passing through, plus no one will see it. So we're going to light that up, and plus we'll have the effect, of course, that now water won't flow down there. And that is the entrance, just about, of the cave complete. We are missing the water. The water is extremely important. We will mess with this later. However, we are going to take the inside of the cave next. We're going to do that. Something that I find quite nice is if for the entrance of the cave, behind the spruce woods and the dark oak wood fence, if you place andesite behind that, it makes a little bit of a nicer looking entrance like this. And you can also like place andesite all the way behind like that, just so that it looks a little bit nicer. Now, we do have one hole here. We have like a gap that we can actually walk into, since we did destroy the middle block. The door to this place, right, is going to go like right here. It's going to go all up front. So this is where the door will be, yeah? I want a hallway for my cave. You can have this as long or as short as you want, but I want a hallway. And I want a hallway to be, say, like 3 blocks long. So if we shut the door, I want to have a row of 3 to mess about with. And this allows me to, say, like in this left middle spot and this right middle spot, it allows me to place stuff. So, like if I wanted to then, in this right spot here, place like a poppy or like a flower in the wall, then that allows me to do that. And it also allows me to, say, like place a cobblestone stairs so that I can like mess about with it a little bit on this right part. And then I want to make the actual cave interior itself. So here is how big the cave is. The cave goes 5 rows back. So the cave is going to begin where I'm going to start digging here. It goes 1 row back, 2 row, 3, 4, 5. We want to take those 5 rows and we want to extend them left and right, each by 2. So like 1, 2. And we want to dig 1, 2, 3, 4 this far back. So we want to have, like I said, the cave goes back 5 spaces. The hallway being the middle. So we want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we want to have like a 5... We want to have like an area of 5 that we can actually walk around in, yeah? Does that make sense? We have like a 5 by 5 area. We also want to knock out the roof 1 row. So we just want to make it so that we have a little bit more headspace, just a little bit more headspace. And then we can work on the lighting in here because it is quite dark. So this is the area for the cave that we actually have that we're going to be working with. So the light I'm going to place right in the top center here. And the light I'm going to use is a redstone lamp. I just want to use like a redstone lamp. And I think that I'll place it here. I'm going to place the lamp here. So it's going to need a power source. I can place like a lever here, I think. Flick that on and that'll work. However, it's a bit boring to simply have like a lamp. So around the lamp, we're going to place stuff like that might make sense. Like we're going to place like an upside down stair. We're going to create a little bit of texture here. So just to make the lamp a little bit more interesting, we're going to place like cobblestone slabs and stuff. And one of these can actually be like... Nah, no, never mind. Yeah, there we go. So we have a little bit of a texture around the lamp. It looks a bit better. And if you want to do that to the entire cave roof, then you can just add some texture, add some random blocks about the place, just so that it looks a little bit more natural, a little bit more Minecraft generated, if that makes sense. So stuff like that actually works. Maybe not that specifically, maybe like that. And there we go, we just have something that looks a little bit nicer now. And what you can also do, like, since this is the entrance to the cave, you can, like, knock out a little archway here, and you can replace it with andesite if you so choose, so it looks a bit more deliberate as well. Inside the main part of the cave is where we're going to have, like, a little bit of, like, all of our stuff, really. So, like, we'll have a bed in here, we'll have a chest, we'll have crafting tables, furnaces. We're going to want to use, like, cobblestone stairs for this next part as well, and some cobblestone slabs, and maybe even a little bit of andesite. So, on this back wall is where I'm going to have, like, my chests. I'm going to have a chest on either side of this back wall. I'm going to have, like, a furnace to the right, a crafting table to the left, and I'll tell you what, just because I like it so much, I'm going to have a grass block with a wooden trapdoor in front of it, and I'm going to have a flower on top, just to add a little bit of life to the cave. I'm also going to add a little bit of andesite behind here. I'm going to create, like, what kind of looks like a little archway with andesite, again, just to make it look a little bit more purposeful. I'm also going to do some upside down cobblestone stairs on either side, and I'm going to meet them in the middle using cobblestone slabs. So we have a fixture in the cave that stops any sort of cave-in happening on these, or at least that's the appearance that we're going for. Built into the wall behind us, left and right of this entrance that we've just created, I want a space for a bed. So, assuming that the terrain will allow us to do this, and I think... okay, so we can't do it on that side, but we might be able to do it on this side. Okay. So what we can do, we just have to plug this gap here. Like, all of the terrain will be different, right? So, in some places you'll have like a stone here and it won't affect you, but in other places you might have to build up the terrain a little bit, make it look how you want it, if that makes sense. But you can see that we just tunneled into the wall, and this is where I'm going to place my bed, and now we can actually place like a stone in this position right here, and that gives us enough room for a bed. That's perfect. If we wanted to, we could even build into the wall. I don't think I'm going to knock anything out. Nope. And you can add other stuff like into the wall. It's cool if you add stuff in the walls, like a beacon, a built-in beacon, something like that. On the left here, I believe that I just used it for storage, but you can kind of do whatever you want. You can have like 2 chests hidden here, or maybe actually hidden here, and now we can just fill this in. Like, you could put a beacon here or something, or you could just put like regular stone. Or to make it look more deliberate, it might be cool if we actually built up like an oak wood block, so it looks deliberate. So I don't know, something like that. So that's the main part of the cave. For the floor of the cave, I would recommend doing like we did to the ceiling, like knock out a block, place a slab in there. Knock out a block, place like a cobblestone stairs. Maybe an andesite. Maybe another wooden slab. Maybe this, maybe that. You guys get the idea. Kind of like just mess about with it a little bit. I'm also going to add some red carpet in here around where I've just kind of knocked out. Like where it will let me, I'm going to place red carpet, and that will look very deliberate. It will look quite cool. It just adds a little something to the inside of the cave. What are we also going to do inside this little cave of ours? So inside this little cave of ours, we also want to have an entrance. Yeah, we'll have an extra room in this cave. So we can have an extra room, and we can just dig into the side of the cave, and the room can like be as big or as small as you want. It can be used for anything. But the cool thing about this cave is you can kind of like put whatever you want in here. Like you can use extra storage rooms. It's easy to expand. Like you can keep knocking into walls. Like assuming that you don't hit anything, because there's a very real possibility, and I'll display that in a second, that you might actually end up hitting something, and that's where you have to start plugging holes. Like if we keep digging this way for a long enough time, not only can you not see, but like we might eventually hit something. So you might want to seal it off and designate a spot that you don't really want to go any further, and you can have like rooms upon rooms upon rooms in this cave. As a matter of fact, one of the cool things about this cave is that I kind of want to build in like an escape, like an easy and ulterior way to get in and out of the cave. So I've just dug straight through that wall, and I think it's cool if we have here like another way to get inside the cave. Maybe it's kind of like well hidden. Maybe it's kind of like just one block open and we can drop in here and we can get inside of the cave. I think it's cool if we have a nice hidden entrance as well, just so that we don't have to climb in and out of it all of the time. And that is going to be, ladies and gentlemen, just about the entire inside of the cave. Now, you can add more, you can add less, you can meld, you can do all sorts of stuff to this thing. You can meld it to your own taste. However, we're now going to talk about the outside of the cave because it's very important, the outside of the cave also. So, that is what the outside of the cave looks like right now, right? So, what we need to do the outside of the cave, we need some grass blocks. We also need some cobblestone slabs. Some cobblestone stairs won't hurt either. We also need some oak wood slabs, and we could also do with the dark oak wood fence. We'll also obviously need water as well, and maybe even some flowers, something like that. Okay. So first of all, we have to be able to get up and reach our cave, don't we? So I'm going to build up this surrounding area here using grass. I want a more gradual gradient than what we have now. So now we have kind of like a very steep cliff face, don't we? I want to build up enough grass and stuff so that it's more smooth. It's just easier to get up to. Now, you don't have to do this. You can have like you could just have ladders taking you up to the cave entrance if you wanted to. But I like mine like this. I like a nice smooth gradient in which the water just flows down, looks very natural. Something a little bit like this, except maybe like a little bit spread out more about here, like that. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. Okay, so something like that works great. Now we have to figure out a path to come down on. So, our little cave entrance, we're going to use wooden slabs to get up to it. Use your slabs like this. Like, you want to very slowly build a path that works its way down half a slab at a time. So you can use the slabs like this, and you can really express how you're using them. Like, you can use them like this, and you can create a very gradual descent all the way down to the bottom of the hill that you've built your cave on. Or you can use them to, like, just very quickly in a straight line come down. But I like the idea that we're kind of like showing off this kind of like cool path that we have. And I'm kind of like taking my time here, and I just want mine to look like this. So I just want it to look a little something like that. It looks a whole lot more deliberate, and it looks a little bit more natural. Like, that's a pretty long path that we've just made, right? I want to connect, where I can, the slabs to the ground using I want to use the dark oak wood fence. So where I can, I just want to include the fence. Like, if that involves knocking out blocks like that, then so be it. It's just a cool way to kind of like just show that the path is actually connected down to the ground using something. That's all it is. It's just a cool way to show that. You don't have to do it everywhere like I've just kind of done, but you can use it like quite kind of like everywhere that you want. The next thing we have to do is we have to add our water. So we're going to have to add it. We're going to have to take it away, add it, take it away quite a few times. So I'm going to add water. I don't think it'll flow through there, will it? No, I'm going to add water here right at the back. And the water is going to flow down like this. That's how the water's going to flow. That is perfectly fine, except I would like it to flow a little bit differently. I would like the water to flow like left and right. I'd like it to build up, I'd like to build up the area around the waterfall a little bit more, like this, and I'd like the water to flow in a very specific way. Like, I'd like to cut it off in certain places, and I want it to, I kind of want it to come down into a little reservoir. Like, I kind of want it to like end kind of like here or so, and I want more of it. So I'm going to add some grass blocks, and I'm going to try and make the water flow in the direction that I want. So I'm going to add more water here, and I'm also going to add some here, and I'm going to have to cut off the water. Like I said, I'm going to have to cut it off in some places. I'm going to have to build it up around in some places. But I want the water to flow more naturally than this. Like, I want it to kind of like flow down here a little bit. And I don't know why it isn't. So I'm going to cut off the water supply, and then I'm going to add the water as well. So I'm just going to put that lever back. There we go. And now I'm just going to add the water back, and I'm going to see which direction it flows. Like, oh, okay, so now it's coming down a little bit to the left now, and that's great. But I want some coming down to the right. So if I could like, if I could like place a block here, for instance, and then cut the water in here, then that's better. I like the look of that quite a bit. And then if I make it so that it all pools down to here, and I stop it flowing into this, there we go, and I stop it flowing there, then that actually looks quite good. Like, that looks a little bit more natural than what we had. And we just want to smooth out the terrain, because it doesn't want to look as though that we've tampered with the terrain too much. We may even have to mess about with the path that we have. We may have to alter it in a little way, but we just now want to mess about with the terrain. We want to make it look a little bit less blocky. We want to make it look nice and Minecrafty, basically. We want it to look natural. That is the entire name of the game here. Natural. It wants to look natural. So something like that is actually kind of okay. Maybe if we chip away some blocks, I mean, that looks quite natural to me. And some things that we can add to make it look a little bit more natural, in quotation marks. Knock out a block, place a cobblestone stair. Add some cobblestone slabs about the place. Kind of like we did with the cave, it's cool if you just add some random like cobblestone stairs in certain positions, and if you just like have them into the ground, and if you have them like built around the water, you can see it actually looks quite a bit better with just those subtle changes. And maybe even want to add one, or no, maybe not there, but maybe like in the ground here, somewhere like there, or maybe even there. I mean, even up at the entrance here, you can kind of like add some up at the entrance. You could add a grass block, and you could add like, you could build like up a little rocky cliff face like this. And you could even do it like around the top of the cliff, just to make it look a little bit more inconspicuous like that. I'm also going to add some poppies around the waterfall, because I think that that will look quite nice. I don't want to add too many of them, but, you know, just enough to add a little bit of colour. That looks wonderful. So there we go. We have our cave house. Okay, so does the water knock off? Okay, the water may in fact kill the current, right? So, what can we do to mess about with that? We have the water block here. So the water block knocks off the lever? I did not know that. It doesn't do that in mine. Okay, so what can we do to rectify this problem? I guess we could place the water one block higher, couldn't we? So what we could do is we can just... or can we walk past levers/levers? I guess we could walk through it. That's perfectly okay. I don't mind walking through it. And, yeah, you're probably going to have to... The best thing to do would probably be to use, like, spruce wood slabs here. And kind of, like, just place, like, one above here and here. And then we can light up the actual lantern with our lever. I think that this is closer to what I've done, and we will still be able to place the water bucket up on top, so we can place it there. Yeah, there we go. And then it flows into there. I see that we've created a little bit of a pathway here for the water. It's now spilling out the back a little bit, but that's an easy fix because we can just place the spruce wood slab at the back and we still get a very natural looking flowing water. And that is the house, guys. That is the cave house. A lot of it is actually landscaping, but it's a really cool little house. Like, if we come all the way down here as the water dissipates, it looks all very natural. It looks as though it's appeared in a Minecraft all by itself. We can just walk up here, we can walk up the oak wood. The poppy has actually been uprooted, so we can just place one back there. Like, we can just walk up this oak wood path, and we can come all the way up to the top here, and we can just, well, in real circumstances, this door would be closed, and we can crack it open. We can see here that we have a nice bit of texture. We have the flower. We come in here and we have a secret hidden little base, and we have storage and more storage, and we have a bed, and we even have like an escape route here if we wanted it. I don't know. It's just a really cool base. I think it looks great. I've not seen anything quite like it. I'm sure that loads of people have done this though. It's not exactly like an original idea, but it looks awesome to me, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I mean, if you did enjoy the video, guys, please do drop drop that like. I'd really appreciate it if you could slap that like button. I would appreciate that no end. It helps me out, it helps the channel out, it helps everything out. It really does. If you wouldn't mind, if you enjoy the content, subscribe to the channel for more, and you would be able to see all of the other things that I post. And remember to not only say hello if you subscribe, but do click the little bell also, and that'll mean that you get all of my videos sent directly into your sub box, other than what happens now, which is just, I mean, like I say over and over again, sometimes they show up, sometimes they don't. It's a complete gamble, to be completely honest with you, whether it'll happen or whether it won't. If you do want to check out more of the channel, I would highly recommend the card system and the description below, and that will mean that you have access to all of the builds that I've built in the past, because all you have to do is check out the playlist. For instance, if you're looking to work on some houses that fit a more rustic, a more wooden, a more old school sort of feel, then check out my survival village playlist, and you'll find all sorts of things in there, all sorts of builds. But not only do I make stuff like this, we also have things like this on the channel. So this is my most recent modern mansion. As you can see, we still haven't fully completed the outside, but I'll get to that at some point. And if you wanted to make something like this, you'd just head into the Quartz House playlist and you'd be able to find this wonderful modern mansion. And we even have smaller houses. This is a nice small suburban house that I built recently, and you'd find that in the suburban house playlist. And we have even more suburban houses. This is a pink one that I worked on. That's another big one. We have some Christmas houses. We have a lot of variety on the channel, as you can see. I've even made my own house, which you can find a tutorial for. This is like a British suburban house that you could easily find on the channel. And also another modern mansion. We also make more real life, more realistic buildings. If you wanted to check the real world buildings playlist, then you would be able to find all sorts of stuff, from churches to train stations to barbershops to petrol stations, supermarkets, you name it. The real world buildings playlist is your friend, as is the park builds playlist. If you wanted to make anything that you would need, ranging from a soccer pitch to a playground to a tennis court to a duck pond, you would find it in the park builds playlist. And that's pretty much everything, guys. Basically, if you want to make anything, check the cards, check the description below, and you'll find playlists upon playlists that'll probably have loads of stuff in it that you want to make. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Please do slap that like button. Comment down below, let me know what you want me to make next. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one.